Hi everyone! In today's video, I will be testing out the watercolor pencils by Tim Holtz. If you've watched any of my other videos, then you know how much I love to watercolor paint, and I thought these looked really interesting. I bought set number 2, and these are the colors that it comes with. I thought this came with a nice range of colors. Also, I like that they come packaged in this tin box. The pencils themselves kind of feel like a waxy crayon. I wasn't sure what to expect when I first heard of watercolor pencils, but that is the closest thing I can compare them to. Now I'll go ahead and swatch each of the different colors on some watercolor paper. This way we can see how each one turns out. My first impressions are that they feel and color very much like crayons do, which I do like because it doesn't require much force to put color down. Another thing that I like is how much precision you get with these pencils. You can choose exactly where you want the color to go, plus it's easy to do shading. So if you wanted it darker, you would just put more color down. The darker colors do come out very pigmented and vibrant, whereas the lighter colors, such as the pink and gray, I ended up coloring over twice to get those to stand out a bit more. Next, I am taking a tiny bit of water on a brush and painting that over the color. You can see just how easy it is to blend. One tip with watercoloring is that the more water you use, the more the color will disperse and become lighter. And if you wanted to, you could even mix two colors together to create something custom. But overall, I love how vibrant the colors are and how easy they were to blend. Here are all the colors once they're done drying. Next, I wanted to test these watercolored pencils out with stamping and ink. I made this cute orange pattern using a stamp set from Avery Ella, along with waterproof ink so that it doesn't smudge. I will link both these products in the description. To start, I am shading the outline of the orange because I wanted it to go from dark to lighter in the middle. I'm wanting to test how well the colors flow and how far it will stretch. So once that is colored in, I'm taking my brush and going around the orange. I'm trying to pull that color into the center. I do want it to be a little darker on the outside so that there's some shading. Next, I'm doing the leaves. I tried drawing a line in the middle of the leaf to make it look more like a vein and to give it some detail. For this next orange, I wanted to try something different. Instead of just coloring the outline, I decided to lightly color in the entire shape. I found this way to be a bit more easier, and I honestly prefer the look of this because it turned out even more vibrant. Now I'm doing the rest of the oranges as well, coloring them in first and then going in with the water brush. It is fun to do both coloring and painting at the same time. Normally, it's one or the other. One thing I wanted to point out, when the colors do dry, they look a little bit lighter, so I wanted to see if I could add color on top of the already painted oranges, and it does not work very well at all. When I went to add more to it, it didn't blend, so instead, a great way to add more color if you wanted is to color on a scrap sheet of paper, wet it down, and transfer the watercolor paint onto the paper that way. And that ended up working really well. Just a tip if you want to add more color or shading. Next up, I am coloring in the flowers. I wanted to test out the purple and the blue color, which are named Seedless, Preserves, and Pistachio. Another thing I really like about these pencils is that they make it easy to color in small designs such as these flowers. I also didn't notice after using the pencils that they got dull after coloring with them for a while, which is nice to know that they should last quite a long time. I probably will pick up a sharpener or something to keep them pointy as time goes on. Overall, I really like these watercolor pencils. They are such a fun tool to have in your craft room and are also great for beginners who want to try out watercoloring. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.